Hi, I'm Elena. Welcome to my Happy Yoga Place. Thank you so much for joining me today in our yoga flow. Today's flow is going to be all about accepting yourself where you are. Accepting yourself where you are in yoga, accepting yourself where you are in life. Now, just because you're accepting where you are today doesn't mean that you can't work on bettering yourself. It just means that you are okay where you're at and you accept where you're at today and you have a positive attitude and you're not frustrated, you're not angry, and you focus on what you can do to better yourself going forward. So, we're going to start today on our mat in our comfortable seat position. You can make sure you have a water bottle. If you need, you can have a pillow, or if you have your yoga blocks, go ahead and grab those and just settle in your comfortable position. If this isn't comfortable sitting on the floor, you can put your pillow or blanket underneath you. You could also grab your blocks and put them under your knees for some added support. Again, we are accepting where we are today, and wherever you are at, that is okay. So just settle in here. Make sure your back is straight and aligned, shoulders back, knees relaxed, pushing down towards the floor. Palms can either be open facing up or gently placed on your knees. And we're just going to start taking a few inhales and exhales. So inhale through the mouth, through the nose, and exhale through the mouth. You can close your eyes here or find a point in the room that you want to focus on. Just try and quiet your mind. Any thoughts that come in your mind, acknowledge them and just watch them float by as if you were watching clouds in the sky. Inhale, exhale. Now on your next inhale, we're going to slowly and with intention begin to turn to our left side, looking over our left shoulder. You should feel a nice stretch here, but it shouldn't be any kind of pain. Just go as much as your body will allow you today. Get that nice stretch in your back and through your shoulders. Be careful not to scrunch your neck. There should be a nice space between your ear and your shoulder. Inhale, exhale, back to center. Now we're going to go ahead and do that on the other side. Inhale, exhale, looking over the right shoulder. Again, feeling that nice stretch in our back, making sure there's no tension in our neck, and just gaze over that right shoulder. Inhale, and on the exhale, come back to center. Now I want you to place your palms on the floor. Scoot your knees underneath you so that your hips and your knees are in line. Your shoulders should be in line with your wrists. And we're going to come into our tabletop pose. Take a moment to just get situated. Feel free to move around. The tops of your feet should be pressing down. Toes are not curled under at this point. And our back should be in a nice straight line. And once you're settled into that position, we're going to take an inhale and we're going to arch our back, pressing the navel up towards our spine. The big inhale, and on an exhale, we're going to curve our back, curving our head up and our butt up, pushing the navel down. Good. And we should feel a nice stretch there. Again, inhale, exhale. Keep doing that. Push up, inhale, exhale, curve and arch. 2 more times here. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And on the next breath, we are going to widen our knees as far as you can go, as wide as the mat if possible, taking the tailbone back, touching your toes, your big toes should be touching, and push all the way back so that you're sitting on your heels. Slowly scooch your palms forward. Now, if this is not where you are today, feel free to come to your elbows, or you can stay up on your hands. But if you are able to come all the way down, touch the crown of the head to the mat, and really push back in those hips, reaching your fingertips out, and just breathe here in extended child's pose. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more time here. Inhale, exhale. Good. On your next breath, we are going to slowly push ourselves up. Push our knees back together. Curl your toes under and push up into our first downward facing dog. Now in downward dog, we want our feet hips width apart, pushing our hips back high to the sky, reaching your hands and your fingertips stretched forward. Knees can be bent. Don't feel like you need to have straight knees here. A nice generous bend is good. If this is not comfortable for you, then you can come back down to your knees and push back into downward puppy. So either downward puppy or we are in downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal your knees out here. Really wiggle your hips back and forth. Get a nice stretch there. Again, pushing those hips up. Knees are nicely bent. And we're going to just take a few breaths here. Big inhale. Exhale, blow it out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Now we're going to take the right foot, stretch it high up to the sky. And then we're going to bring it up forward, top of a push-up. Again, kick it back up to the sky and forward. Now on this board, I want you to take that foot and place it up in between the hands. Don't be afraid to grab that ankle and pull it forward if need be. So right now we are in our lunge position, and we are going to pivot the back foot and come all the way up into Warrior Two. Now Warrior Two, we want our knees to be in line with our ankle, being careful not to have our knee going over our toe. We want to make sure we can see the top of our toes here. Arms extended out. Back, left leg should be straight. Foot is horizontal. And we'll really sit down deep here. Focus on pulling your navel in. Strong core here. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now on the inhale, we are going to straighten our right leg and reach back all the way. We feel a nice stretch here. And remember to breathe. Good job. Inhale. Exhale, bring that knee bent again. Palms come together at our chest, and we are going to take a nice twist here. So we can pivot on our back foot, twist here, palms pushing together, looking up at the ceiling if we can. Now this is a good time if you have your blocks and you need a little more stability, feel free to go ahead and put your hand on your block if that gives you a little more balance, or you can just stay up here and keep your palms up. But if you are able to come into that twist, then please do so. Hold it here. Good. And we are going to drop our hands back down, step our foot back into downward dog, or again, if we are not in downward dog, you can come into extended child's pose or downward puppy. So again, you can go ahead, pedal those hips out, really push back here, and breathe. Good. One more inhale. Exhale. And now we are going to kick up our left leg. Kick it back to the sky. Bring it forward. Again, up, kick to the sky. Strong legs. We're really heating up the body here. Pull it back in. Then go ahead and give that left foot a clunk right up to in between your hands so that we're in that lunge position. We're going to pivot on our right foot. Again, feel free to grab a block for stabilization. Push on up into warrior two. Try to focus on your alignment, making sure your spine should be straight, shoulders should be relaxed. You don't want to have any tension in your neck. We want to sink down into the pose, but again, we want to be mindful that our knee is not coming over the tips of our toes. We really want to tuck our hips under. Strong arms here. We're warriors. We're strong. Hold that pose and breathe. For balance, it helps if you find a spot in the room and kind of focus on that to try and keep the balance. If you need to move around, that's fine. You're not a statue, so feel free to wiggle around and get to where you feel comfortable. Now we're going to do a big inhale. Palms come together. And we're going to go into the twist on that other side. Pushing the palms together. Shoulders back. Sinking down into our hips. This twist is really, really great for digestion. Moving our digestive system around. Deep breath here. Good. Now drop your hands down and step that foot back again. Back into our downward dog. And we're going to pedal it out. Pedal it out here. Stretch. Again, feel free to go into that downward puppy or extended child's pose. Wherever you are, that is fine. Practice is about accepting where we are today in our yoga practice, where we are in our life, and knowing that being here and showing up, this is the hardest part, and you're doing it. Okay, another breath here. Now slowly, one foot in front of the other, begin to walk all the way up to the top of your mat. We're going to keep our head dropped. Our knees should be generously bent here. Nice bend in your knees. And we're going to either place our hands on the mat, or you could cross your arms and just hang in ragdoll here as we just relax, sway back and forth if that feels good to you. Take some deep breaths. Inhale, exhale. Good. You should be feeling a little heat in your legs. That's good. We're building those muscles in our legs. Strong legs here. Now slowly, one vertebrae at a time, keeping our heads dropped, we're going to slowly begin to roll up all the way up to standing. Drop your palms down. Open up your feet so that they're hip widths apart into mountain pose. Standing nice and tall, shoulders relax. Just taking a few deep breaths here. Now inhale, raise the arms all the way up, reach high to the sky, palms come together. Slowly come down to our chest for prayer pose. Now for this next pose, if you have a chair or a piece of furniture that you want to grab onto for balance, please go ahead and grab that now. We're going to come into a tree pose. So with our left foot on the ground, we're going to take our right toe, and you can either have just the top of your toe touching the mat. You really want to focus on putting your weight should be distributed into your left leg, or you can raise your right leg to your calf, or you can bring it up to your thigh. Again, feel free to grab a hold of that chair, that couch, whatever you need for balance. And just breathe. Good. Now we're going to lower our left leg down. Again, big breath. Reach those arms high to the sky. Hands, palms come together. Lower down to our chest in prayer. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So raise up that right leg again, top of the toe to the mat, or up to your calf, or you can bring it up to your thigh. So wherever you are. Imagine you have a string tied to your head and someone is just pulling you up straight and tall. Focusing on relaxing those shoulders. Again, we don't want any tension in our neck. And slowly lower back down to the ground. Good. Inhale. Palms come together. And now on our next exhale, we're going to sit our bottoms back. Feet hip width apart. Again, we want to focus on making sure our knees are bent and we're sitting back, but we're not leaning forward. You can put your arms, reach them up to the sky, or we can leave them to our side. And we're just going to hold here in chair pose. Breathing, we're really heating up the body now. Building strong core here, strong legs. Inhale. Exhale. Press down deeper. Sink deeper into this pose. Inhale. You're doing great. Exhale. Good. Now drop the hands down to the mat. stepping back into our downward dog. Now you can either stay in this pose or you can go ahead and take a vinyasa. If you would like to take the vinyasa, we're going to come to downward dog, come to top of a push-up, slowly lower ourselves down, feet come flat, and then we're going to breathe, push up either into cobra, or we're going to come all the way up to upward dog. Down. Again, toes curl under, push back into downward dog. Now we can do that one more time, a little bit faster. Lower, cobra or upward dog. Push back into downward dog. Good. Pedal your legs out here. Twist your hips. Whatever feels good to you. Just remember, focus on your breathing. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath here. Good. Now slowly walk your feet forward, and we're going to drop our bottoms down. Come back into that comfortable seat pose. Now, for this next pose, we're going to take our legs and feet flat on the floor, sitting on our bottoms, arms stretched out, slowly start to lean back. You can grab a hold of your thighs if you need to, lifting your feet up off the floor. Again, making sure there is no tension in your neck, shoulders should be relaxed, not scrunched up. If you'd like, you can let go, come into boat pose. Okay, hold it. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. Lower your feet to the floor. Good. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. When you're ready, lift the feet, either holding the thighs or arms out. Inhale, exhale. Good. Drop your feet. Now we are going to come lay down on our backs here. Stretch your legs out. Open up your arms. We really heated our bodies up. We did some strengthening of our core muscles, our leg muscles. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, bring your right knee up, lifting your head and squeezing your right leg, nose to knee, or if that's not comfortable, you can leave your head laying on the mat. Wherever you are today, we are practicing our acceptance. So hold that. Should feel really a nice stretch after all of that strengthening we just did. Good. Release. Now go ahead and grab the left leg. Same thing. Squeeze it in. A nice stretch there. And lower back down. Now we can take our left knee and we're gonna swing it over our bodies, taking our left arm, opening up that chest, and that should be a nice stretch. You can take your right hand and just gently place it on your left leg. You don't really want to pull here. We just want to have a nice gentle stretch. Again, remembering our breath. Inhale, exhale. Good job. Turn back now. And we're going to go ahead and do that same thing on our to our right leg. Swing our right leg to our left side. Open up your right arm and breathe. Should feel a nice, good stretch there. Okay. Now we'll come back into our corpse pose. Feet should be width of the mat. Palms are up. And we're going to close our eyes here. Just relax. Focus today on just thinking in your mind. Repeat this mantra, I accept myself. And you can either say it out loud or say it in your head. Just repeat, I accept myself. As we relax and breathe. And feel free to grab your pillow and place it under your head. Should feel very relaxed and comfortable in this pose. If you want to put a blanket on yourself, feel free to do so. Just keep repeating in your mind or out loud, I accept myself. Now slowly begin to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, roll your wrists and your ankles around, waking up the body. When you're ready, slowly come back up to sitting. That concludes our yoga flow for today. I want to thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through this flow. Hopefully you feel very rejuvenated and ready for the rest of your day. I hope you will join me again. Namaste.